The story of him begins on a Friday night under the stadium lights. A young boy, Cameron Cade, sits beside his father, watching his idol Isaiah White, the legendary quarterback of the San Antonio Saviors. Isaiah, battered and injured, still pushes through, delivering a performance that cements his place as one of the greatest. Cam's father leans in with a lesson that will echo through the rest of his life. Greatness demands sacrifice, and true men endure pain for glory. That seed is planted deep in Cam's mind. 14 years pass. Cam Cade has become exactly what his father envisioned, a star college quarterback, a once-in-a-generation talent destined for the professional stage. But as he prepares to enter the biggest moment of his life, disaster strikes. A violent encounter with an obsessed fan leaves him with a serious head injury. Doctors warn him about the dangers of returning to the field, but for Cam, stepping away means giving up the dream he's chased since childhood. Just as his future seems to be slipping away, a miracle arrives in the form of Isaiah White himself. The legend reaches out, inviting Cam to his secluded desert compound. There, Isaiah promises, Cam will be pushed beyond his limits, molded into the next him, the chosen one destined for immortality in the sport. Cam accepts, surrendering his phone, his privacy, and soon, his sense of control. The compound isn't a training camp in the ordinary sense. It feels more like a shrine, a place built around Isaiah's legacy. Each day has its own theme, its own ritual. Cam is dragged through brutal workouts, extreme endurance tests, and mysterious medical treatments that blur the line between rehabilitation and experimentation. As the days progress, Cam begins to lose his grip on reality. Headaches, hallucinations, flashes of violence. It becomes harder to tell what's real and what's born from the trauma in his brain. Isaiah's followers treat their leader like a messiah, whispering about destiny, sacrifice, and the bloodline of champions. Slowly, Cam realizes he's not just being trained, he's being indoctrinated. On the 6th day, the rituals reach their breaking point. Isaiah injects Cam with his own blood, a symbolic passing of power, as though greatness itself can be transferred through veins. Cam's body convulses, his mind swirls, and yet he endures, just as his father once demanded. Isaiah tells him that he has now become the next him, the rightful heir to the throne of greatness. But when Cam is ushered into the final ceremony, the truth of it all slams down on him. Owners, executives, and faceless backers sit in attendance, not as mentors, but as profiteers. He's presented with a contract, the ultimate binding agreement, not only to his career, but to his very self. This isn't about legacy. It's about control, about extracting every drop of talent and blood until nothing remains. For a moment, Cam considers signing. But then the weight of it all, the injury, the exploitation, the manipulation, ignites something in him. Instead of submitting, he revolts. In a sudden eruption of violence, he turns on Isaiah. Years of reverence collapse into rage as he kills the man he once worshipped. The carnage doesn't stop there. Cam takes aim at the owners, the executives, everyone who has profited from his body and his dream. The compound becomes a slaughterhouse. When the fury subsides, Cam walks away from the wreckage. The desert sun burns above him as he leaves behind the shattered system that tried to claim him. He is free, in a sense, but the cost is steep and the future uncertain. Has he truly broken the cycle, or has he only stepped deeper into the shadow of what him means? The film ends not with resolution, but with ambiguity. Cam Cade has become something new, neither the pawn they tried to control nor the hero he dreamed of being. He has claimed the title of him in blood, but whether it is triumph or tragedy is left for us to decide. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment.